We have some breaking news concerning CM Punk. It's being reported that he could have suffered an injury from the Royal Rumble. The Wrestling Observer said this: CM Punk suffered a significant injury during the Rumble this past weekend. Within the WWE, the speculation is a torn tricep. His exact injury was unconfirmed by those in WWE past many confirming the injury, and that as of right now, the plan is to have him on the show from Tampa to address the nature of the injury. There was a spot in the Rumble where the referee did check on Punk and he told the refs, "My triceps." This is absolutely horrible news. It's the worst news we could have seen or heard today. Not only is Seth Rollins hurt, but we also have CM Punk who's injured as well. Sean Ross Sapp then tweeted this about the injury, saying, "For those asking, we've been working on an update regarding CM Punk. Since the Royal Rumble, there was an initial fear that he sustained an injury, but we've not confirmed that." Fightful's Corey was told that Punk waved off a doctor towards the end of the match. Sean Ross Sapp then followed up on this tweet saying, "Hey guys, this post was not Corey saying Punk wasn't hurt. It was adding context to the situation and that WWE is fearing that he was injured." It's looking like Dave Meltzer is saying that he's hurt, while Fightful isn't saying anything. They can't confirm it. That's what they're trying to say. I don't know if I'm going to completely believe it. We'll have to get a better idea about the injury tonight on Raw if he does address it. I could also see WWE wanting to tell a story of a watch CM Punk having to scratch and claw his way to WrestleMania. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I'm just hoping that it's a work for the storyline. I hope we do get some good news today. And as I finish this video, there was a new report from PW Insider, and it does not sound like good news. This is what it says about the injury. PW Insider has confirmed that CM Punk suffered a torn tricep during the men's Royal Rumble match and is believed to be heading towards surgery after an appearance on tonight's WWE Raw in Tampa. They continued and said that a review of the Royal Rumble match shows that CM Punk may have been injured taking a DDT from Drew McIntyre. CM Punk rolled out of the ring holding his left arm following the spot. Punk suffered a torn tricep of his right arm while performing for AEW, so this would be a new injury, not a reoccurrence of the previous injury. And finally, the last thing we got is that the belief among sources that they've spoken to with is that post-surgery CM Punk would likely need an area of 4 to 6 months of recovery and physical therapy. If this is true, this is one of the saddest things to happen. CM Punk was so ready to really give us that WrestleMania main event story with Seth Rollins. I'm still hoping that it's still a possibility. Like I said, like it's a work, but it's not looking good, guys. I guess we will find out later, but like I said, I am not happy about this. In other news, we have some more bad news for WWE and Triple H. Because of the Vince McMahon lawsuit, Brock Lesnar did not show up at the Royal Rumble as we know, and according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Braun Breaker essentially fulfilled Brock Lesnar's role in the Royal Rumble last night. He came in when Lesnar was going to come in, threw out the guys Lesnar was going to throw out, and got thrown out exactly how Lesnar was going to get thrown out. That isn't really terrible news because Braun Breaker did an exceptional job during this with the spot that he was given. He's going to become a future world champion. That is a fact, and he proved it at the Royal Rumble. With that being said, though, the bad news is that Brock Lesnar's other matches are now canceled, according to Dave Meltzer. This is what he said. The Brock Lesnar creative, which at this point is that he's not going to be involved in WWE unless they decide to bring him back. Brock Lesnar versus Dominic Mysterio at Elimination Chamber in Australia, and Brock Lesnar versus Gunther at WrestleMania 40 are not happening. These are two high-profile matches that will no longer happen, and it sucks for Dom and Gunther because they would have had a lot of eyes on them for those matches. Dom would have probably been squashed, but that's fine because he would still get good exposure nonetheless. Gunther was close to getting that dream match that everybody wanted to see, but it's looking like we won't be getting that. There's even a chance that Brock Lesnar gets fired because PW Insider is reporting that Ari Emanuel is not afraid to fire anybody that is associated with Vince McMahon that could hurt or impact the WWE and its business. This is what the report says. As one source noted, if anyone believes for a second that Endeavor owner Ari Emanuel wanted to discover the type of allegations brought forth in the Janelle Grant lawsuit, not just about a company he purchased, but a company that he has been employing his own daughter at the WWE headquarters for several years, they don't know Emanuel and they don't understand how ferociously he will eradicate anything that needs to be taken care of to protect his businesses. The same source noted that Ari Emanuel was willing to walk away from Saudi Arabia investments years ago without blinking an eye. They'll have no problem removing anything and anyone still remaining. That could potentially hurt or impact WWE's business going forward. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the other employees moving forward. I think this is the correct approach. Ari and TKO have to protect the company and get rid of all the bad people in it. I have faith in him and Nick Khan running the WWE alongside with Triple H and maybe even potentially Stephanie McMahon. Who do you think is going to be the next one to leave WWE if somebody does get fired? Let me know in the comments below. There's an update on Mercedes Money and where she's going to end up when it comes to the future of her wrestling career. PW Insider reported this. Mercedes Money will be working in pro wrestling by March and not for WWE. She is planning to visit Japan. It was said visit, so it doesn't mean she will be wrestling as far as what's known, and then is expected to make a big return in the US. When asked if this meant if she was AEW bound, it was said that it couldn't be confirmed, but when asked if it was TNA bound, they were specifically told no. That's one of the most goofy ways of saying that she's going to AEW. Honestly, I think it's very obvious at this point. Mercedes is AEW bound. Her not coming back at the Royal Rumble is enough for me to basically confirm that she's definitely going to be at AEW Revolution. I'm glad we can finally move on from talking about her and this bidding war. AEW wins this one. Congrats to her for getting the bag, and congrats to AEW for landing a hot free agent. PW Insider is reporting a new match for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. This is what the report said. The word making the rounds at the Royal Rumble over the weekend was that the Elimination Chamber will feature a women's chamber match with the winner facing Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And if this is the case, I think we're going to pretty much see Becky Lynch in that match, and she will win, setting up that big time match with Rhea Ripley for the World Championship at WrestleMania. That is the only match I want to see for Rhea Ripley going into WrestleMania season. In other news, PW Insider is reporting that Alexa Bliss was backstage at the Royal Rumble. She wasn't in the match, but this could mean that she's one step closer to returning to WWE. TNA Women's Champion Jordynne Grace showed up at the Royal Rumble, and PW Insider provided some more details about how that happened, and this is what they said. The WWE reached out to TNA about Jordynne Grace being in the Royal Rumble, and one source believes it was Triple H's idea. The deal came together really quickly as a way for WWE to surprise everyone with an outside-of-the-box idea. It hasn't been said if there's any definite future plans, but Grace absolutely was excellent in the Royal Rumble and blew a lot of people in WWE away. I think Jordynne Grace did great in the Rumble. I'd love to see WWE bring her back in the company. She did so well. They gotta sign this woman, you know? I could see her doing big things on Raw or SmackDown. And finally, the last story for today is about Jade Cargill and her debut at the Royal Rumble. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, she was struggling to remember spots during the match. This is what Dave said. I was told she had a hard time remembering a lot of stuff, and so she needs to get out there and start doing a bunch of matches with veteran WWE women down the road. Get her ready if she's going to make her big WrestleMania debut. To me, this sounds like a bogus report. I just don't believe it. I haven't seen anybody else report this, and it's so odd because I think she did very well in that match. She even got tons and millions of views of her stare down between her and Bianca Belair on YouTube. I'm not buying this report. Did she do great? Yes. Could she do better? Does she probably need more training? Probably. But anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.